So what I wanted to do was sort of show you some of the functions that are available to you. Some of the emails I've been sending out to everybody is pumping up that we're really trying to get the Oxbridge group onto Securexchange to start using it. Securexchange is essentially a safer way for you to share bank account details and documents. It's a very efficient way for you to get documents signed. A lot of the Oxbridge users are already using it. I've got a few that are transacting quite a lot, and we're getting nothing but positive feedback about how quick you're getting documents back. So before I share, I'm just going to log in. Now, one of the ways, and I'm sure you've seen emails from me, that we're promoting this platform to the Oxbridge group is we are offering a $100 voucher to every single user who does 2 transactions in Securexchange. That's in the month of October. So anybody on this call, all you need to do is set up 2 transactions and we'll provide you with a $100 gift voucher. Now, I think everybody can see my screen there. All of you have already got your account set up. I believe Paul's invited you to the Oxbridge Securexchange account. So you should have your login details already. So all you need to do is go to the website and log in. Now I'm going to show you 3 things, and please feel free. Oh, sorry, I've just got a few people trying to come in here. Feel free to shout out any questions. It doesn't need to be just me waffling on about how to use this platform. If you have any questions, by all means, just yell it out to me and I'll answer them straight away. So use your own details to log in. When you log in, you will see a dashboard. This is your dashboard. This is your home screen. What we're doing in Securexchange is we're creating virtual rooms or secure rooms where we can share bank account details or share documents. All right, so what I'm going to do is create a room and I'm going to do all these instructions. Sorry, I've just got some more people coming in. Excellent. I'm going to create a virtual room. I'm going to share bank account details in there, and I'm actually going to share a document and request my client sign it, so the buyer. So to do that, we'll click on new transaction. Now I mentioned $100 to every user who does 2 of these. So I'm going to show you how to do 1, and all you need to do is do 2. That actually counts if you wanted to utilize this system and just test it out on yourself. If you have an email that you use externally to Oxbridge, like a personal email, use that as the client. And that way you can see how all the functions work from both ends. So, sorry, just to go back a step, we're going to set up a new transaction here. First step, we put in the address. So I'm just going to put in Oxbridge. This is the address. This is optional. I can put a purchase price in, and I'm going to create this transaction. So very simply, sorry, still got some people coming in. Very simply, what I've done here is created a virtual room that relates to this particular property up the top here. So at the moment, on the right-hand side, you can see it's just me inside this room. So again, think of it like it is an actual room. We're going to invite somebody in. To do so, we click on invite, put their name, put their email, put their mobile number, and we can actually put a little message to them before they come in. So this buyer, who I'm inviting into the workspace, they will receive an email with a link taking them into this room. They would click the link and then they would need to authenticate themselves using a code that is sent to the mobile number that we've actually inserted there for them. So that's how you invite somebody in. Sorry. Okay, so they're invited in. At the moment, there's no instructions within the room. So what I'm going to do is share trust account details. To do that, funds, create funds transfer. Click on create fund transfer. So I'm going to request a deposit from this buyer. Deposit payable from the buyer, payable to you. That's you, the real estate agent. The reference number will just automatically populate as that, but you can change that if you wanted to. And here's the important part here. Drop down here, you can select which Oxbridge account you're trying to share with this particular buyer. And then we put an amount in like so. So, just got a couple more people trying to join in here. Sorry, guys. Anybody who's joining in late, feel free to ask some questions. I could go over this very quickly for anybody who wants to stick around. So what I've done just to go back a step, created this room, invited this person in, and we've created an instruction here for them to pay money into our trust account. So at the moment, people are sending out emails with these details. We need to provide a safer way for you to share these details to protect you from those emails being intercepted and your legitimate trust account details being changed and altered by cyber hackers. And that's really what we're trying to protect. So that's the cybersecurity element there around protecting your funds. In addition to that, the efficiency. Let's go to the documents tab and I'll show you how quick you can get a contract signed or any document signed at all. So in this same workspace, and again, think of it as if it's a legitimate room where this person is inside with me. I'm going to drop a contract onto the table for this person to see. So I'm going to use a Queensland contract. Obviously, you can use your state-specific contract. So inside the room, I've now put a contract onto the table for this person to view. Now, if I want them to sign this, I need to instruct them to sign it. So I'm going to click Send for Signing button. I'm going to add them as a signer. This is the person in the room with me. If I wanted to invite anybody else into the room, I could add them from this step here by putting their details in, the name, email, and phone number, and select who they are in this transaction. Now, we can put a little message here to them, sign this, please, whatever you want to do. Click on Next. Now, here's our piece of paper on the table. So I'm going to scroll down to where I want this buyer to sign. So I want my buyer to sign right here. On the left-hand side, you can see this will be a list of the people who you're instructing. So I've only got one person in here. So this is my buyer, and these are the instructions I'm going to give to this person. To do so, I just pick up this sticker and I drop the sticker where I want them to sign. And that's literally it. So pick up the signature, sign here, please. When we're happy with the way we've set up the document, we send it to them. From your point of view, your job is done. You've created a room, you've invited a buyer in, asked them to sign a document. You've also shared your trust account details with them securely and asked them to deposit $50,000 into that. I'm just going to pause there for just a second, and I'm going to flip over and show you what this buyer in this particular instance sees. It's very important for you to see what it looks like for your consumers, I think. While I'm doing that, please, if you have any questions, come off mute now and fire away. All right. Okay, no questions. Excellent. So what you can see now is my Gmail account. All right, so this is actually the buyer's Gmail account. So these are the emails that your clients are going to be receiving when you send them instructions and requests. Now, this particular buyer has received 3 separate emails. The first one being the initial invitation into that room. Your details will appear there. So if it's Manny from Oxbridge has invited you in. That's the property in question. And here's a message from Manny. There's the link for them to enter the room. The additional emails that this particular buyer has received is because we shared our trust account details, we let them know that we're after a deposit transfer. And because we asked them to sign a document, we send them a little note here saying, Manny has requested that you sign this document. Please read through it. There's the message from Manny. So another link in this email, the client will click the link. I mentioned that we authenticate them. So that all happens automatically. An SMS code will go to the client. We ask them to insert that in before they're granted access into the room. That's all they need to do. They're now inside the room with you. We walk them through this process. So if you've asked them to sign a document, we actually give them this little note here to come in and sign it. So when they click on sign contract, the document will load up for them. They can see it. So here's the contract. They just need to click this little checkbox, press on continue. And what they can do, here's a document. They can scroll through it just like you are doing this in a real life and flipping through the pages. Now I can click on start and it will take me to the instructions. So this is where my agent has advised me to sign. And I just click on sign. And I can choose this one, or I can actually draw my own like so. Document sign, I'm finished. From your perspective, you have now received an email letting you know, hi, Mr. Agent, your buyer has signed your document. You've got your signed document back that fast. So you don't need to be sending out emails with PDFs and asking them to print it and scan it and sign it and send it back. This is the quickest way you can do it. When they've signed it, if you have shared your trust account details with the client, this is where they can view that instruction. So this is what it looks like for them. Again, they aren't receiving an email with these details. These are the verified trust account of Oxbridge. Securexchange has verified them. We provide a guarantee on funds, so you're protected completely from any emails or any communications being intercepted. We want to make sure that this money is going to reach the intended target. So that is basically it. Now, I mentioned from the start, 2 transactions from each user, and we'll provide you with a $100 gift voucher. So what I just showed you then, that's 1 transaction. A transaction is a workspace you've created where you've set an instruction inside and you've invited someone in. I mentioned at the start as well, feel free to actually test out your account and trial it and give it a go, do a couple of test transactions just to get your head around how it all works, and use an external email as your client. So pretend that your Hotmail address is your buyer so you can see what it looks like from their point of view as well. That is the basics of everything. And that's what we're asking you guys to get up and start doing. There is more features available to you. I'm more than happy to sort of do them in a one-on-one scenario. I've done that with a few users already. So my details, I'm sure you've all got them. I've sent you guys heaps of emails, so probably too many, but feel free to pick up the phone and give me a call. We can book in a one-on-one session. I can show you how to do any other additional features, but the basics are there: sharing bank account details, requesting signatures on documents electronically, and getting those documents back faster than you can. Any questions at all? Any comments?
Hey, Greg.
Eric, how are you?
Hey, thanks. With a foreign vendor for the vendor to sign, and he's overseas, do the SMS apply?
Yeah, good question, mate. Very good question. Yes. So for international clients, all you need to do, just make sure you put the international code into the mobile number, mate. So rather than Australia 0423, if it was UK, for example, you would just put what is it, +44. So as long as the international code is there, that text message will still reach that international mobile.
Right. Thanks. Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, and mate, good, really good question, because I mean, that's where it's even more important sometimes, you know, because we cannot, when every communication we have with an international buyer or vendor is most likely going to be electronic. So this is a way for you to ensure that the details they're receiving are 100% correct and verified, and you don't need to worry about anything being intercepted there.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Greg. Thank
awesome,
you.
Mate, no worries. Have you started using it yet, Eric?
Yes, I had. Yes.
Oh, mate, legend.
Yeah,
and what are your thoughts, mate? Is it all good?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, very good.
Excellent.
Very, very good. Yes. Thank you.
No, all good, mate. Thank you. Any other questions from the group?
What is your contact number?
My contact number is 0476
0476
833
833
648.
648. Thank you.
No worries. Hopefully everybody took that down. 0476 833 648. Or it's all, if you have received an email from me in the past, it's right in the bottom of my signature. My mobile number is there. Feel free to just reply to the email, send me a message, give me a call. We can set up some time if you'd like. I mean, we've got, my company's approved $100 vouchers for everybody. So I just don't want anybody to miss out. Set up 2 transactions, we'll get you one. Awesome. Anybody else? Any questions?
Yeah, hi, Craig.
Lee, how are you?
Good, mate, yourself?
Mate, going well.
That's great. Just a quick question. Can it also be used to transfer documents through to conveyancers, settlement agents?
Mate, great question. Yeah, definitely. So in this room, and I'm speaking in a literal sense to try and sort of paint a picture for you, where, you know, we're creating a room and people are being invited in. In addition to inviting your buyers and your sellers in, you can invite their representatives in. So representative in this instance is their conveyancer, their lawyer, their law firm. So you can utilize this room as a collaborative environment where all the parties who are privy to this transaction can be inside. To do so, you can just invite them in like so. The beauty of doing that, they can actually see when this contract's been signed. For those of you in New South Wales, there's a date and exchange feature. This conveyancer will be able to see that this has been dated and exchanged. These features as well are available to those conveyancers, so they can utilize DocuSign in here as well. They can utilize the safer way to share bank account details as well. But yeah, 100%. If you wanted to do that, you can invite them in. However, you know, there's no hiding from the fact that some people are just like, this is a new platform. I don't know. There's going to be a little bit of I don't know what this is. We're still giving you options. We can download this document and send it out to them by PDF on an email, the old school way. We're not sort of stopping you from doing what you're used to doing, or what I know the conveyancers sort of rule the transaction a lot sometimes. So still got those abilities as well. Lee, does that answer your question?
Yes, mate. Great. No, just that a lot. The fact that it's got that security attached to it. You know, that's the problem sometimes with emails and that these days things are getting intercepted and details change. So that's great that we can do that securely. Awesome,
mate. Excellent. And 100%. I mean, fundamentally, that's what we're really trying to protect is those communications. We want to make sure that you're getting paid, because we don't want those bank account details being changed around. An interesting fact I saw recently is the cyber hacking organization, which it is at the moment, has overtaken the international drug trade in profit. They're making more money than I think every country, if they were actually a country, the cyber hacking country, except for China and US, they're bringing in that much revenue. So it's dangerous out there. And obviously, the more electronic communications are, the more likely you are to get stung by something. And it does happen. People are getting stung and losing money. So protect yourself as much as you can. And this is probably the best way to protect you in the current market.
Awesome, thank you.
Sorry, I do waffle on sometimes about this crap, but I appreciate the question. I did see a couple of new people join in. I am a finance broker. How do I get my login details for the DocuSign? You will get your login details. You will be invited into the Securexchange platform, the Oxbridge account, by Paul. So Paul would have sent you an invite to set up your own password. Now, as soon as you set up your password, all those features are available. You can use DocuSign. I should point out as well, it's not costing you anything to use this. I'm saying we're giving you $100 to do 2 transactions. Everything I've just shown you here is complimentary to you, including DocuSign. So if you are using DocuSign externally, stop doing it, stop paying for it. You can use it in Securexchange for free. I hope that answers your question. If you haven't received your login details, can you contact me directly by email and I will sort that out. Anybody else? Does anybody else want me to show you how to win $100 again? Anybody? All right, guys. Well, I think that's it from me. Oh, God, someone else joining the room. Yeah, look, that's everything. If you don't have any questions, feel free to sort of leave the room. If anyone wants to stick around and ask me any more questions, by all means. Otherwise, thank you very much for all your time. Let me know if you have any issues. Contact me personally. Any questions from the remaining attendees now that there's less people in here?
Oh, hi, Craig. Karen here.
Hello,
I
Karen.
have a quick question. Yeah, so I have do have an account with you there. So I had attempted to use it once, but could you take me just through how I would set up a scenario where if I had a client who I wanted to transfer, sorry, I'll start again.
No, go for it.
I had a little bit of an issue in that I wasn't sure how to transfer money from, say, the trust account, which is Oxbridge Trust account, out to a client under what was a section 27, which is early deposit transfer, you know, to get all that information together, because the way that I think Oxbridge, or way we did it, I don't know who, if no, he's not on, if Paul's on, but where we sort of do it normally is that we have to get, as an agent, I get the information from the vendor, all right, and then if their vendor is using a conveyancer that doesn't have a trust account, so I had to get her information via whatever means, which is, you know, a bit sort of not very secure in the first place, whether it be email or whatever. I actually got it from WhatsApp. Then I gave that to Oxbridge, who then did a phone call to her to check that and do all of this thing. So I'm thinking in my head, well, Securexchange, surely there's a better way of doing that. So, and I couldn't quite work it out. So that's my question. Sorry, it's a bit long-winded.
No, that's a really good question, Karen. And I sort of fluffed over that part there. So, well, for anybody that was just there, I showed you how to share your trust account details and how to request documents. There is that other feature there, and that is requesting bank account details far more securely than emails and far more securely than WhatsApp. What Oxbridge as the group can do, they can actually see those bank account details. So Paul himself will be able to enter that workspace and see, hey, Karen's asked for this guy's bank account details. They can go and get that. Nobody needs to pick up the phone to confirm it. Let me show you how to do it, Karen. Perfect. So in that instance, new transaction, again, we're going to set up a new room. Everything inside the room is just for those people inside the room's eyes only. So let's go 1 Karen Street. Are you in Queensland, Karen?
No, I'm in Victoria.
There we go. You're in Box Hill, 1 Karen. You should move there. Sounds nice.
Yeah.
$1 million. All right. Let's go. What we're going to do, what we're going to do is, so again, this room's just been set up with you inside. So invite your vendor in.
Yeah.
We're going to put their details in here. And this is really the important part here, the mobile number. So we will send them that code to authenticate themselves before they come into the room, okay?
Yep, yep.
And you can put a little message there. They're still going to receive an email, Karen. So we're not eliminating emails. They still get it with a link coming in, but we just make sure that that person actioning that instruction can only be that person. Please see instruction, whatever you want to put in there. I'm sure you're
just write up with me. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So they've been invited in, and now we create that instruction for them to provide bank account details. So it's a similar process to sharing bank account. We create a funds transfer, and it's very important to remember other. Transfer type for requesting bank account details is other. I know it's a bit tricky sometimes. That's probably the only tip I can give you. You can call this whatever you like. So balance of funds. Payable from is always going to be you. Payable to is the person you want to obtain the bank account details from. And if you know the amount, put it in there. What we also offer is this guarantee. So we're guaranteeing these funds will reach this intended party, because that's the only person who can action this instruction.
Yeah, got it.
So from your point of view, that's all you need to do. Please give me your bank account details. This client receives an email saying Karen has asked for information. They click the link, authenticate themselves. They see this instruction. They click on add account. They enter their details. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm glad you did ask that question, because I sort of did skip over that. But yeah, look, there's the 3 abilities that we're offering: sharing your trust account details securely, requesting bank account details from anybody securely, and then obviously the documents and document signing. So
okay, so in terms of what happens with, so in this, say this scenario was exactly what I've said, where that, you know, I needed to take that, they need to transfer the money from the trust account into the vendor's bank account. So do I then just let Oxbridge know and say the transaction's set up, and then they come in here and do whatever they need to do? Or
yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure of the processes that Paul wants to put in place for the Oxbridge but what is available is that yes, you could then let go, hey Paul, I've obtained this vendor's bank account details for this workspace. The Oxbridge sort of corporate team, they're the admins for your Securexchange account. They can see all the workspaces, and they can actually come in. So they would see this on their own dashboard, just like you can see it. So you will only see your workspaces that are open to you. They would be able to see them all, and you could go, hey, Paul, 1 Karen Street, I've got the vendor's details. They're inside the workspace. He can then come in here, and then he can see them once the person's actually actioned them.
Got it. All right, and then they can just do that transaction as they would normally. Because I mean, I appreciate that I won't be able to just transact out of the trust account willy-nilly. But yeah, that's fine.
But that's
Okay.
exactly right. So and there's no payments going through this platform, by the way. This is just the providing you a safer way to share information and request information. So
yes, okay.
they don't. The beauty for them is they don't need to pick up the phone and contact that vendor and say, mate, I just need to confirm your bank account details. We're just avoiding that step altogether, and it is such an annoying step.
Yeah, look, and as I say, this particular vendor, she's laid on her own, so she's quite and what with all the press about different things, which frightened her to death, and she's doesn't know Oxbridge from a bar of soap, but he knows me, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of,
that's why we include like your details in the emails that they get. It's going to say Karen from Oxbridge. I'm sure you must have like an internal hub where they keep videos like this and demos and things like that. I provided a flyer to Paul, so if you haven't received it, reach out to me. But there's also it's a handy little flyer that you can give to your clients, such as that one, Karen. Just let them know,
great.
This is what Securexchange is, and it just talks them to, it gives them a bit of a heads up of what the process is going to be. Lets them know we'll invite you in, you provide your bank account details, and that's it. And it just gives them a bit of an overview of why, cybersecurity, blah, blah, things that some people who aren't in this game don't think about, and are most likely to get burnt from a successful attack.
Yeah,
just helps it out with that. So please go and try and find that flyer. I definitely provided one that's tailored to the Oxbridge group completely. If you can't find it, please reach out to me via email, phone, whatever it is, and I'll get you one.
That's great. So just on the DocuSign side of things, so you've got documents there. So if I don't think there's anything to sign on that particular thing, but do I have to have it? I'd have to have a document created that is a document that can be signed, etc. first, or
yeah, that's a good question as well.
Can you create them yourself in there?
So this isn't a document creation tool. It's not a document editing tool. It's an electronic signature tool. Think of it like that. So as soon as you got your document, rather than sending that out as a PDF to me via email and then saying, hey, Craig, can you print this out, sign it, scan it, send it back to me? And that's really going to annoy me if you do that. I got to go down to Officeworks to do that.
Yes.
What you do, upload that in here. Don't send it out on an email. Let's just go on New South Wales one. Upload it in here. We're going to request this guy. I'm just going to go do this again. I know everybody saw this before, but just to help you out, we're going to ask this Mr. Vendor to sign our contract. Here's our New South Wales contract. I don't have a Victorian one, Karen. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Mr. Vendor, please sign right here. Send. It's as easy as that.
Okay.
And I've got feedback from some of the Oxbridge group that they love doing that. Clients don't want to get a PDF and have to print it out and send it back to you. They walk through the whole process.
Yeah, because I mean, I have I know it's different, but I have Adobe Sign, so I can create documents in that and have them signed or whatever and things like that. I try and get a document from the vendor, from the vendor's solicitor that's a document that can so be used to be filled out and signed. So that would all be done, and then it'd be a flat PDF file, and then it's just the last item that wants signing, or
yeah, exactly right.
So I just pick out places where, because there might be 2 or 3 places to sign rather than just one signature.
So just pretend this document that I'm uploading in here, even if it's not a contract. So you can upload any document, PDF, send for signing, add your signer, and you can instruct these. This is the person you're instructing. These 8 fields under it, they're the instructions you're giving them. So pretend that this is an important document right here, and I need him to sign here, sign here, sign here. Just drag and drop what you need them to do. A handy little tip as well, sometimes we need initials on every page. We get an initial there, and this little copy to all pages right here. That's just going to copy that same instruction to every page. So a bit quicker for you as well from your side of things. I will point out as well, Karen, if you have multiple clients that you're instructing, you just need to do that process for each client. So it'll be buyer number 1, sign here, and then click on buyer number 2 and do that same thing. But you do have
I see that in Adobe. Yeah, they do the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And each details are emails, and then it goes from one then to another. Is that how it rolls?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Once you send that, so that guy will then get. I'll even I already did show it, I think. But yeah, so what that guy will get is the email saying, Karen has sent you a document to sign, please review it. And then they will be stepped through that process. Karen's asked me to sign here, initial here, sign here, sign here. Easy as.
Perfect. That's
Cool. Any other question? Well, I'm assuming nobody has questions, but they're very invested in what I'm saying, or they're doing the old trick of they're in the meeting but not here.
yeah. So I was a little bit late. I just had another one. I was double zooming, and then
That's all right.
This
It was
is
my fault. I'm in
strange.
Queensland, and I got my times mixed up as well. So thank you all for making some time for me a little bit later than I should have been.
Oh no, I'm well happy. My 2 questions have been solved. So that's
If you have any more, and Karen, you will have more questions if you start using it.
Yeah.
I don't know if were you here when I said we're giving you guys $100.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you do $200, literally free money. I promise you. So it's not my money, it's the company. So I want to give it there. I want everybody, and I think my last count there was about 40 Oxbridge users who haven't started using it. So as soon as you do 2, I'll provide you with that, and we'll all be happy.
Excellent. Yes, I'm
All
sure.
right.
Freedom Day today. Well, part freedom for us in Victoria. So
yeah, congratulations. I'm sure it's well overdue, isn't it? It's not so bad in Queensland here. We've had a pretty good, but I do feel for you.
Been good. Yeah, I've been watching. Yes, all your Queenslanders got so easy, too easy is what I say.
Yeah. Well, there could be something. There could be something coming around the corner for us.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, I won't keep everyone any long. Like I said, reach out to me individually if you need to. I'm here to help you all.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
No, thank you, Karen. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Craig.
Thank you.
I'm going to stop the recording, but it will save to the cloud if anybody else wants to watch it again and end the meeting. Perfect.
Cool. Thank you.
Craig.